something for everybody.
That's right.
Health and healing, history and humor, issues and events, empowerment and entertainment, all in one station.
What's really going on?
Free enterprise, you dig?
KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. We got a lot to talk about.
King Kong ain't got on me.
Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. My jeans are never empty. Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. Your scheming don't affect me. I'm fresh, I'm fly, I'm so damn high. More than 500 horses when I roll by. I'm calm, I'm cool, everything brand new. I don't handcuff, you can get the whole damn crew. Get in my Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. Beat it, I bet she let me. She been fiending since she met me. I'm the coolest shit, especially when I throw on all my gussy. Got my sister Smith and Wessie to protect me, so respect me. This is heavy, you Britney, color vanilla and cherry. Andretti and Pirelli, make a movie out the Getty. With my ring and my confetti, I'm Kobe Bryant ready. Pink rose and chronic smelly while I'm stumbling out the telly. I'm so fly, I'm so fairy, and the way I flow is very. Get to a machete when my pencil move is deadly. Platinum game, platinum bezzy, make a straight girl out of Leslie. Magazine, Max Bezzy, keep my windows like the Prezi. Press a button and I'm stunting. My roof look like it's cuffing me to go 200 something. Then my trunk the one is bumping. I am not the one for jumping. I will ratchet out and stomp 'em. Dump 'em, you better off dead. Get money red.
I'm fresh, I'm fly, I'm always high. Got your freak waving at me when I roll by.
I'm calm, I'm cool, everything brand new. I don't handcuff, you can get the whole damn crew. Get in my Beamer, Benz, or Bentley.
You were checking out the Pen and Marcy Show. KBLA Talk 1580, rolling in our Beamer, Benz, and Bentley. By the way, Abid says he lost $30 in dice. That's what I said. I think that's the answer, but I don't know. Still trying to solve the riddle. Let's not give the answer yet. Let's go to Q. Q's on the phone. He wants to chime in on the topic. Q, give us your height, your color, and your hood. Q.
Brother, purple, violet, black, 510 West LA.
West LA, check it in. Drop that. Yeah. You gonna give us the real answer? We're trying to figure this whole thing out here.
Oh, no, brother, I'm not into the riddle. I want to talk about football serials that is affecting our community.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm not touching.
We trying
I'm
to
sorry
laugh for
about
the first
that.
time this week. We laughing. Can we laugh one hour? I'm just playing. Go. Tell me what's on your mind.
Yeah, brother, earlier you read the press release from the brother Ron Dalton Jr.
Yeah, what do you think?
And, yes, I think that was about the same thing that I told yesterday when I called on the show. That was the same thing I outlined when I was presenting about who the real Semite people are.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Now, if you're in the 70s, James Brown released an album called The Revolution of the Mind. Now, I think it is more prevalent today than then. Why so? Because of what is really happening. And I think the only person right now that I think who is really exercising that option is Carrie. Because he is going through it. And he's freeing himself from that bondage. Said years ago that emancipate yourself from that mental slavery, because no one can save you except our own selves. You know, and so I am 100% in line with what Carrie is doing or what is going through. You know, and I think a couple of days earlier you have mentioned something about Michael Jackson. One of his records that he made, all I want to say is that they don't really care about us.
Yeah, I hate that song.
I happen to be maybe one of the few that got the early version before it was sanitized. And of course, the word that was sanitized, I don't know if I am allowed to say it on the air.
Then don't.
You know?
No.
Yeah.
You're talking about the words that they deleted from the song after the controversy rose, right?
Exactly. Because who knows more about them than Michael? Because Michael deals with them all the time. So those words that were deleted, you know, they find it to them it's offensive. So I'm not going to say it on the line for why do you think that reparation is not being discussed at the highest level of U.S. government?
It sounds to me like you agree with my opening monologue in the first hour. I was talking about there is a social revolution happening. You seem to believe that too. Are we finally turning a corner in the black community and we're changing the narrative? And are we finally going to discuss reparations, take care of one another, shop in black owned, so on and so forth? You believe that?
Yes, I agree with you on that. You know, but my question to you is that why do you think it's not being discussed at the highest level of the government?
Oh, I thought you said it was. You're saying why is it not? I think it is here in the state of California. It is.
Not California. I'm talking about the federal, Washington and all those people out there.
I think it will. You know, as you know, the state of California, we control the narrative in this entire country. If we pass some legislation for reparations, watch the rest of the country. Not the red states.
But, yeah, I'm talking about presently, as we speak. Because you know who's going to end up forking the money, F-O-R-K-I-N-G, the money, who's going to be paying the money?
Who?
You know, it will be the Jews. Because they were the ones who, of course, they were the slave traders, slave financiers, and they were slave benefactors of slavery.
So you're saying they're the ones that are going to pay the reparations, Jewish people?
Oh yes. Majority will come from them.
Wow.
Yes. Think about it, brother. Just think about it. Think about it. Who is going to be dishing out the money?
Can I ask you a question? Someone made a comment yesterday that said, if reparations are distributed amongst the black community, doesn't that end our argument? Then now y'all shut up. Y'all ain't got nan argument to say.
Am I afraid? No, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid about that.
What if we mishandle the resources that once they give them to us, and then we ain't got no leg to stand on from that point forward?
But as it is now, at least we will have something. As it is now, what do we have to stand on? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
My thoughts on reparations are, I've always been clear on this. I don't believe, I believe in reparations, let's be clear. I do believe in reparations. However, I do not believe that reparations is a matter of giving every black person a check. I just don't believe that. I think that, unfortunately, it's been proven community after community after community around our nation what happens within our community when they're handed a check. We've seen it with the stimulus check and people with PPP loans, and when we've never had money and we get a certain amount of money, we don't know what to do with that money because we've never been properly groomed. We've never been educated. We don't even have the resources we don't have the resources to put. If that makes any sense. So, I mean, I think the reparations, if anything, needs to be spent on our community, but it's a deeper conversation. It is not just about money. It's not just about a check. It's a deeper conversation, and I think I don't know who's in charge. Someone has to be in charge, or some organization, some sort of agency to help our communities. That comes by way of education. That comes, that's like to help us out of the situation that we're in. And to me, that is not just giving people a check. Because number one, they'd even have to figure out who are the descendants. Yeah, it's a very, very big conversation. It's deeply rooted. We are owed, but there is something deeper. We have to figure out what that means.
Q, the floor is yours.
I have to agree with you in part, but let me say this: no one tells anyone how to spend their money. Number one. Number two, when they don't have no problem giving the Japanese, the Jews, and other ethnicity, they have no problem giving them their reparations. So why would ours be any different?
It's not. I'm not even talking about. Excuse me. I'm not saying them. Whoever's going to owe us or pay us the money. It has nothing to do with them. I'm talking about us. Us. And it's not that I'm even trying to dictate or say how they should spend the money. What I'm saying is we've shown in the past what happens when we get a check in our hands. That when we do, people start. And hey, if that's how you want to spend your reparations money, then that's how you want to spend it. What I'm saying is, the point that Danny just made, once we get a reparations check in our hands and we spend that on cars, we spend it on, clothes, we spend it on vacations or whatever, and we spend it, we can never say to them again, y'all owe us. We can never say that again because we spent it.
I agree with you on that. I do agree with you. I don't disagree with you on that at all. That's why I said I do agree with you in part. But at the same token, we have right to spend our money whichever way that we want to.
Sure.
But as far as educating each other, educating each other about the money, yes, we definitely need to be directed how to invest our money, how to put the money back into our community to grow our economy within the community. Yet all those education are very much needed to move us to the next level. But as long as we cannot retain the idea that once they pay us our money, the reparation, then we don't they don't owe us nothing anymore. Then that I do not agree with that. As long as they pay us, look, they pay the Japanese the dues. They're still here. They got their money.
But
they're still getting the benefit from from whatever work or whatever investment that they did.
Q, we get that. Q, we get that, but I'm surprised at you because you are all about building up the black community. I got to give it to you. Every single time you call this show, it seems like that is the backbone of what you're calling about. However, we're already suffering from a dearth of financial literacy practically in every black. You don't want to put conditions on putting a big check into the hand of black families. You don't want some condition of some sort?
No, what I'm saying is that the education of how to spend our money, that has to be really anyone who's going to participate in that educational process, that's voluntarily. That's what they have to learn how to volunteer. But there has to be some kind of a program or education whereby anyone who wants to participate to know how he or she should spend the money, then that should be voluntarily.
Why not mandate, say, we're giving everybody a check, however, we want to make sure everybody goes through some course of some sort, get some classes of some sort before we hand you that check to give you all the tools you need in order to make sound decisions once you get it. What's wrong with that?
Of course. That's what I'm talking about, educational.
You're just saying there should be no mandate on it. Your point is that they should be able to spend it however they want to.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any mandate, but people have to be educated that, look, this money that you're getting, this is what you need to do with it. This is what you need to do with it. But there shouldn't be mandate because that would be a dictatorial, dictating to people.
I don't know. If the goal, if the goal is to get us forward, to move us forward from one thing to what we've always been complaining about.
Come on.
We've always been complaining about. Put us on the same level as all of y'all. All of y'all. So my thing is, if you give us a check, maybe it should come with some conditions to make sure. So y'all can never complain about it again. Let us put some conditions on it. Let us get you guys educated. That it has to be for something to move you forward, not just if you want to participate or not. No, because y'all was talking all of these years about wanting to be on the same level. So let's make sure that when you do get this money, you will be on the same level. That's what I'm saying. Not give it to you just and you can opt in or opt out. No, that's a stimulus check. That's a stimulus check.
Hold on the other side. You can answer on the other side. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. We are discussing reparations. Danny Mo Show, KBLA. Stay there.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles. Like George and Weezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Roll out. The all-new Gardena Nissan is proud to be a partner of KBLA, and right now, during their fall sales event, 0 down delivers any new or pre-owned car at Gardena Nissan. They're located conveniently on Redondo Beach Boulevard at Western, and they specialize in helping folks out who have no credit, bad credit, bankruptcies, or repos. The folks at Gardena Nissan will take fantastic care of you and help you get into the car you need and deserve at a spectacular price. Visit them today or shop online at GardinaNissan.com. The all-new Gardena Nissan is proud to be a partner of KBLA, and right now, during their fall sales event, 0 down delivers any new or pre-owned car at Gardena Nissan. For the best deals, log on to GardinaNissan.com. 0 down on approved credit. GardinaNissan.com. Roll out. Power to the people. If Black Lives Matter, make Black November 8th. Long lines, voter roll purges, voter identification laws, voter intimidation, felony disenfranchisement, polling place closures, early voting limitations, partisan redistricting, partisan Supreme Court rulings, invalidation of the Voting Rights Act. Vote on or by November 8th. If Black Lives Matter, make black votes count. Tamir Wright, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Heather Heyer, Emmett Till, Medgar Evers, Jimmy Lee Jackson, Fred Hampton, Werner, Goodman, and Cheney, Viola Louisu, Fannie Lou Hamer, John Lewis. They rest in power. Make their memory and power when you vote on or by November 8th. If you believe Black Lives Matter, then make black votes count.
Paid for by the African American Voter Registration, Education, and Participation Project. Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
It is a heater, right? You know, we were laughing, having a good time inside the
I know.
And we went right back.
Q was like, let me take that back real quick. Sit down. Let's have a serious conversation.
Q, get back up in here. Robin told you what she felt about reparations. Go on and respond.
Well, you know, I don't disagree with her, but I do say, what if those checks are invested in individuals, you know, on behalf of that the individual, so that you know, it cannot be misused, you know, without any anything in return.
Okay, those are conditions, sir. Mm-hmm. But tell me what you mean by misuse. What's your definition of misuse? Like Robin said earlier, buying all kinds of, buying cars, usual things that people they spend money and then tomorrow they're broke. Mm-hmm. You know? But if the money can be invested in their name, maybe that should be maybe on that kind of condition. So that money is going to be reinvested. It's going to be invested in your name. You will have a choice what type of investment that you would like the money to be invested into. That's actually
that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. You know? Yep.
You must make an investment within the black community in your name, and you will reap the benefits from that for your in the future.
Yes.
I like
definitely.
it.
Definitely. It has to be in the black community.
Well, I mean,
definitely.
even in the entertainment industry, you know, for kids, they have what you have to set up for kids who want to get into the entertainment industry is a Coogan account. And the Coogan account is just a place where a certain percentage of the money from any job that they do has to go into that account. You keep the other part or whatever, but it's to say that when you turn 18, you can't touch this money until you turn 18, and that's because you'll be smarter. You'll be wiser. You can use it for, you know, college or whatever. But those are conditions to make sure that you don't just walk home with all of this money and spend it off, and then, or that your parents don't spend it or whatever. Similarly, because if you've shown if your track record, and we've seen the track record, if you've shown that you are going to, you know, spend that money however you want to, and it's not going to be progressive, then maybe there should be some conditions in your name. I'm not mad at that.
Is education an investment in the black community?
I think so, but you know, part of the pushback on that is some people who are, you know, older, some people who are saying, listen, I'm already past my educational stage, or, you know, life is teaching me now. Now, of course, that could benefit their kids, grandkids, or something like that, but that wouldn't necessarily apply to everybody. So it's an interesting conversation, and I think there's different ways that you could make it beneficial for all of us, but it would have to be an optional type of thing for different people.
Q, final word, because we got a bead coming in. Go ahead, break it down.
Well, as always, it's always a pleasure chatting with the family, but the revolution of the mind we cannot stop it. And you know, one thing I like to say, I think the players in the Brooklyn Nets, they betrayed Kyrie, because this is a team, and one of your team members is being it. They should have all of them should have said, look, we're not playing until Kyrie, because Kyrie didn't do anything wrong. He didn't kill anybody. He didn't do anything. So the players should have stuck with him as a team, and that would send a message to all these owners out there who feel, look, every dollar that they give to one player, they're making $10 out of that. You know? So if they are stuck together, that would send a message to this NBA other sports owners who really don't care about the players, but just to reap the benefit of their labor.
These guys are trying to protect the bag, Q. They got families, man. They're not gonna do it.
But this is something that has to be done. It's a team concept.
Yeah.
One player is being mistreated, and the rest of the team, they're going about the business as if nothing has happened.
Well, hopefully that is part of this social revolution that we're talking about. I mean, if black people can come together for a cause of any cause, okay. I just don't think we're there yet. You know?
Yeah, even if the white players do not participate, the black players should sit down. Let the owners get the message that, look, we are no longer, slavery has been over a long time.
I don't think they want to die on that hill, Q. I don't think the Kyrie controversy is a hill that they would like to die on.
That is the problem, my brother. That is the problem. Like you said, we are not sticking together. Because what is happening today, tomorrow is going to be down to another player. Watch my word. But if they have stuck together and they say, hey, we're not playing, especially the black players, they say, we're not playing until the Kyrie situation is clarified. Why are you suspending him? He didn't do anything wrong. If they are stuck together, their owners will think twice.
No problem.
They would think twice.
Well, you're going to be excited that Minister Farrakhan is giving a sermon tomorrow on the Kyrie and the Kanye controversy, so I'm sure that's going to be all over media, social and traditional. We call it a night. Wow, that might be call of the week right there. Shout out to you for coming up in here, ruining our party we had going on up in there. But I appreciate
Thank you, Q. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Abi, get up in here. Abi, give me your height, your color, and your hood, huh?
510 milk chocolate, Southeast.
Southeast, LA, get it? Something like that. So I cannot wait to see where you're going to go on this reparations topic. Go ahead and take it.
Oh gosh, I love you guys. First of all, Robin, you were so on point today. Danny, Brother Q. I mean, you have such an awesome audience as well. But I think I tend to pull back or pull out on conversations like this, reparations. Personally, this is just my opinion. Personally, I don't think we're ready for reparations simply because I think we need as a collective, as the community, the black community, collectively, we need to create systems so that reparations should come in the form of loan forgivenesses, school forgivenesses, in the sense of, more than just a check. If you elder, then we need to put some more zeros or some more money into your retirement. It needs to be systematic, just like systematic racism is in all areas, banking, schooling, whatever. So that reparation should feed these different things. I think most important is that we have the same problem when we put these elected officials in office. They get in office, they get funding for different things, but we don't have the systems, we don't have the contractors to build things, we don't have the systems to receive the money. And even our businesses, we have micro businesses, we don't have small businesses. Most of us are not hiring 400 people, so we don't qualify for that big money, that real money. And so we got herb shops and incense shops and different things like that. We might be hiring a nephew or whatever. So we're not getting that big money. So I think when I say I don't think we're ready for reparations yet, is because we have not created the systems so that when we can say we have schools, so some of that money needs to go to our black schools. We have this. We have business systems in place. Feed those systems so that it doesn't get watered down and go right back into the hands of the people that benefited from our slavery in the beginning. Because right now, like Q was saying and Robin was saying, if we got a check, it would go right back into Gucci and Chrysler and whatever, you know what I mean? So we need to set up a system so that when we get these multi-tiered, like I said, all kind of bank loans, where we are worst, how we have been affected worse, we need to create, not somebody else, but we need to create systems so that the money can plug into there. And we need to make sure that it's a system that's not going to fail. We've already failed over and over. We've already seen this stuff over and over. So like I said, right now, until we have a conversation amongst ourselves and start to create systems so that money can be plugged into, carpentry, plumbing, all those kind of things, electronics, all these kind of things that we can train our own to come up to the standard of where our European brothers and sisters are. But exclusively for us. Okay, when the Chinese. Yeah, sure.
1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. A beat is schooling us all right now. Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580 right now. News and traffic. Stay there.
Nighttime is the right time for Danny Morrison on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Mike Island. And here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and Republican Marco Rubio are being reelected to another term. NBC News projects DeSantis will defeat Democrat Charlie Crist, while projecting Rubio will defeat Democrat Val Demings. Demings conceded in the Florida Senate race.
In the coming years, American democracy, it will be tested. This is going to be the great challenge of our lives. But I am here tonight to tell you that, yes, even tonight, I still believe in America.
DeSantis was elected as governor of Florida in 2018, while Rubio was first elected to the Senate in 2010. And Island, from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
Drought, war, and rising food prices have doubled the number of families facing malnutrition. You can help. $50 provides a food kit to feed a family for a month. Just text the word radio to 97646.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Lakers and Clippers meet up again tonight at Crypto.com Arena. Clippers forward Paul George has been putting in work during Kawhi Leonard's absence. George is averaging 31 points in the Clippers' last 5 games. The Clippers are 4-1 in that stretch. The Lakers are 2-8, but Russell Westbrook has been balling since coming off the bench the last 6 games. Westbrook is averaging 19.3 points, 6.8 assists, and shooting a respectable 51% from the floor. Tip-off time tonight at 7. The Brooklyn Nets promoted assistant coach Jacques Vaughn to permanent head coach. Vaughn had been the interim coach since Steve Nash was fired on November 1st. The Nets are 2-2 since Vaughn took over. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. This sports report was brought to you by MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to your settlement, call 833-MVP-WINS or check their website at themvp.com for a free case review.
If you're the victim of a car accident, call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to getting the maximum compensation you deserve, our team hits it out of the park. Call 833-MVP-WINS for a free case review.
Call me your MVP.
This is a rather bold pronouncement, but we think we can back it up. If you come across a radio frequency anywhere putting more variety and more diversity on the air than KBLA Talk 1580, we sure would like to hear about your discovery. You got to have vision. You can search. We are confident that you won't find more shows covering more topics, hosted by a more diverse and inclusive lineup of talkers than the squad we have assembled here at KBLA Talk 1580.
This is the time, brothers. This is the time.
We've got something for everybody. That's right. Health and healing, history and humor, issues and events, empowerment and entertainment, all in one station.
What's really going on? Free enterprise.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. We got a lot to talk about.
King Kong ain't got on me.
Ew. Cycle of rewashing your clothes? Because you can't remove tough laundry odor? When detergent by itself can't cut it, use new Downy Rinse and Refresh. With a breakthrough odor-removing formula, it removes odors in 1 wash, better than the leading value detergent in 3 washes, keeping all your laundry fresh. Now you can break the cycle of rewashing with Downy Rinse and Refresh.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that when we fight, we win. Community Coalition trains activists and organizers in order to support power building with Black, Brown, Indigenous, and people of color. Community Coalition works to help transform the social and economic conditions in South LA that foster addiction, crime, violence, and poverty by building a community institution that involves thousands in creating, influencing, and changing public policy. Founded by Karen Bass in 1990, Community Coalition was born as an African American and Latino organization with the goal of turning hopelessness and despair into action. The activism of the Community Coalition's members and community residents has almost solely stimulated economic recovery in generating billions of dollars by redirecting them to South LA schools and foster care. In addition, Community Coalition offers amazing mind, body, soul resources, advocacy, and policy work, and has a robust and active membership body. To become a member, get a referral, or get support for your nonprofit, visit CocoSouthLA.org. That's CocoSouthLA.org, or call 323-750-9087. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is dedication. This anti-hesitation. It's a real celebration. It's a Don Block declaration. 59th and 5th Ave, Granny House with vanilla wafers. This is remedy to separation. Tupac of my generation. Blue pill in the fucking matrix. Red rose in the great pavement. Young black trapped and he can't change it. Know he a genius, he just can't claim it. Cause they left him no platform to explain it. He frustrated so he gets faded. Like deep down inside, he know you can't, I say dedicated. How long till opportunity meet preparation? I need some real reparations. Or I run up in your bank just for recreation. Dedication, hard work, plus patience. Some more of my sacrifice, I'm done waiting. Told you that I wasn't playing. Now you hear what I've been saying. Dedication. Dedication.
You were checking out the Danny Marshall Show. I ain't gonna front. I get depressed every single time I hear it. I do. What a tremendous loss. I'm gonna tell you something else. Nip don't get his credit for his lyricism. They don't get. Nip got bars, like for real. And you know they always like qualify and they go, yeah, for the West Coast she's got no. Nip got bars, right?
You know, in a lot of ways, I feel like Nipsey Hussle was the balance.
Okay.
Right? You can say that his music was very much so progressive.
Oh, he's a socially conscious MC.
Absolutely, but I mean, he's gonna give you that street stuff.
He's gonna give you that too. That is such a great point, man.
He's a balanced artist.
That's the balance we was talking about right there, Robin. And he is gone.
But I feel like everything he needed to tell us, he said.
Yeah.
He spoke it already. It's sort of like, you know how there's no one else to continue the Bible, but everything is in the Bible already. It's already been left here. So similarly, Nip gave us everything, that every lesson, everything that we needed to pick up, he already put down. So
let's get back to the phones. Abid, you were making a great point about reparations. You were saying.
Robin. She's absolutely on point about Nips. But what I wanted to say, and I'll wait for the answer. To me, I use history to find the answers of our present day situation. When our Asian community got their reparations, how much of that came to us? How much do we benefit from that? When the Jewish race of people, culture of people, got their reparations, how much of that came to us? What I'm saying is that when they got their reparations, they had systems in place to maintain that guarantee that money would bounce multiple times in their community, enough to lift them up. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if we don't have that, it'll be just like water. It'll be like giving us 4 brand new tires when we ain't got a car yet. We have to create systems so that we can maintain that the reparations, whatever that is, the scope and depth of the reparations that we get, that we can maintain that, to build. We can hold that, sustain it, own it, and build on it, and that it just doesn't fleet away, so that somebody's saying, well, you guys already had reparations, but you spent all your money and you floundered this out, and you know what I mean? So we have to create that system. That's why I said I don't think we're ready for that yet, because collectively as a community, we have not agreed and come up with the best idea to do that. And I think when we do that, I think the money will come. I think that will happen. And that's just my opinion.
Man, that's another call of the night.
That is so good. That is so good.
Man, I knew it.
I love the analogy of giving us 4 tires and not have anything to put. You know, well, here's what I want to know, and I don't even know if we'll have an answer for it. But what distinctly is the difference between our community and the Asian community, or our community and the Jewish community, or why can't we figure out the systems? Can we, or I almost feel like it's like an uphill battle, like, and then, you know, there's 4 steps taken back. What is it? What is the difference, and what do we need in order to create these systems?
I think it's systemic. I think we were now I use the word black, and I use black because it black. When we say black Americans and Africans, there is a slight difference, and that when reparations come, they're going to be given it to the black African Americans. And so our experience, the black denotes our experience here in the United States. The slavery piece and all that stuff. We've gone through a unique experience here, and it dehumanized us. It literally destroyed our culture.
Yeah.
And we've been targeted for as a people where other cultures have not had that stress on their culture.
Yeah.
And so and then every time we get a little break, we want to run out and be a cowboy. We want to run out and be, go live with them out somewhere. We want to be a part of them, rather than really understanding the depth and the glory and the wonder, the awesomeness of our own African history and culture. We don't know that. If most of us knew that, I tell you what, we would change in a day. Know thyself. Our ancestors said, "Know thyself."
Yeah.
We're trying to be every damn thing else, but African, black Africans. And so we have been scattered. You take an ant farm, and it's like taking those ants and just scattering them all over the place. And so, of course, some of those ants are going to be in areas where there's other tribes of ants. So it's just you weaken that until we realize that and come together. Say, please stop. I hate this stuff where we come together. And I hate to say it, the Million Man March and all that stuff, when they were doing that, I was cringing, because you cannot get on national, international television and start telling your oppressor and your enemy the plan that you're going to do to restore yourself. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to build, and to me, it's just a show, because really you telling the enemy what you're going to do, and then you're sitting back scratching your head 4 or 5 years later going, I wonder why that didn't happen. Because you told your enemy. Anything that we come up with in regards to contract with each other should be done in the closet, should be done privately. And so, again, we don't need to showcase it with loudspeakers and telling the world we're going to do this and patting our chest and, yeah, brother, you tell them. Because the enemy's looking at you going, okay, well, we're in Congress. We have all the purse strings. You need money from us. We'll just shut those things down. So we need to do this stuff. We just need a different approach, and we're not used to that. We're not used to money. I think we're not used to handling money, real money. We have young entrepreneurs. This young generation is we're headed toward it. I applaud these young brothers and sisters that are just doing it. They're getting it. They're doing it. They're not encumbered by what. I'm 66 years old, by what we had to deal with. They don't, we're getting closer to being ready to funnel money into systems that will benefit us. But I think we're not quite there yet. So there's so much to it, Brother Danny and Sister Robin. There's so much to it, but I think we're on the way, and I do agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you, Robin. You're so on point. And Brother Danny, but we're definitely owed that. We built this country. When with sweat and blood, our ancestors built this country. I heard a bigot, this racist say that we haven't contributed anything to society. White people are the ones that think of all this stuff and this, that. And I said, if you take away all the inventions that we've created, we'd be back in the Stone Age.
Yeah.
And we can do is educate our children on what we contribute to the world society. From Africa to the United States. We've done so much stuff. Danny, I'm sending you stuff all the time. I'm hoping you're looking at some of it.
I'm checking it out.
Yeah, because I'm an archivist. Robin, if you want for your children, I have stuff that's just amazing that will blow your mind in regards to what we've done in world history. It's been hidden. That's why they don't want critical race theory and wokeness. They don't want that because they want to go back to the 60s and 50s and 30s and 40s and whatever, when all that stuff was suppressed. They don't want the truth to come out because they want their kids to live the same fantasy that they were able to live. But the truth is coming out, and they can't stop it. They can't stop it. The truth has to come out. So
I got to cut you off. I'm up against it.
Yeah, brother.
One more time for a beat.
Thank you so much.
Q, I'm sorry, man. I got to take that trophy out your hand and hand it down. Sorry. I appreciate you, LB. God
Love
bless
you guys. Love you
too.
guys. Love you guys.
Wow. Wow.
When I saw his name pop up, I was like, get ready, y'all. Beat is about to burn this bad boy up.
That was so good. That was so good.
It's funny, they say that we haven't built anything in this country. But, we only built the infrastructure in this country that they were inventing, whatever inventions they were involved with. We created the infrastructure for you to create those in. And boom.
That's right.
When we come forward, I swear we're going to play these clips tonight. We might run through them back to back.
Let's do it.
But we going to run them. Upon further review on the other side, Danny Mo Show. Stay there.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles. Like George and Weezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
Governor Newsom not supporting making kindergarten mandatory. Maisha Cairo here. It's your K-Black Minute News. The office of Governor Gavin Newsom released a list of bills from the current legislative session that he both signed and those that he vetoed. Among the bills vetoed was Senate Bill 70, which would have made attending 1 year of kindergarten 2024 to 2025 school year. Existing California law does not require children to attend school until they are 6 years old, the age that children typically begin first grade. Kindergarten is reported to help level the playing field for children who are less likely to receive high-quality child care or preschool. Parents and community members, what are your thoughts on all this? I'd like to know. Tweet us at KBLA 1580 #KBlackMinute with your thoughts.
When you're the victim of a car accident, who goes to bat for you is crucial. We're MVP Accident Attorneys, the personal injury pros. Hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. Our team is in it to win it, and we'll fight to get the maximum compensation you deserve. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for your free consultation. Call 833-MVP-WINS.
Call me your MVP. Show them who we are.
KBLA Talk 1580 has not one, but two aways for KBLA Talk 1580 listeners. Friday, November 11th starts your weekend with a private screening of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Dinner for two and an overnight stay at the W Hotel Hollywood. On Saturday, be our guest to the KBLA Wakanda Forever brunch and pool party. Win a KBLA Wakanda Forever weekend at the W Hotel Hollywood. It's simple to enter. Open the KBLA Talk 1580 app and enter to win. Two winners will be announced Thursday, November 10th. Listen to KBLA Talk 1580 to find out if you will experience the KBLA Talk 1580 Wakanda Forever weekend, starting Friday, November 11th at the W Hotel Hollywood. Black Panther Wakanda Forever private screening, dinner for two, overnight stay at the W Hotel Hollywood, brunch and pool party on Saturday. Download the KBLA app and enter to win the KBLA Talk 1580 Black Panther Wakanda Forever weekend. Black Panther Wakanda Forever opens November 11th in theaters nationwide, but there's only one way to win the KBLA Talk 1580 Black Panther Wakanda Forever weekend. Open the KBLA Talk 1580 app and enter to win. The KBLA Talk 1580 Black Panther Wakanda Forever weekend is sponsored by Top Shelf Getaways.
Only the most broken people can be great leaders.
The gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
What an amazing show with ebbs and flows and peaks and valleys and great show though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We laughed, we got upset a little bit, you know. I think it's that's what the show's supposed to be about. Can we do these clips? Are you ready, Andy? We've been holding on to them since the birth of Christ, man. You ready? These are upon further review clips, by the way. You guys have been sending us these. I got them piled up in my DMs right now, so we have got a whole lot of content for the next couple weeks, maybe. Clips that extend the conversation on topics that we've had here on the Danny Mo Show. This one is from Chameleonaire, and a few weeks ago, literally a few weeks ago, we were talking about how, I forgot what the content was, we were talking about being ripped off by the music industry in some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Remember that conversation?
Yeah.
Chameleonaire, somebody sent me this clip.
Designed to rip the industry.
Chameleonaire. Thanks, Andy. Can I finish my statement, man? Okay, just do it. Listen.
The industry is designed for what I believe.
I believe that when the check gets handed to an artist, the check is normally not right. The first person that told me this was Nelly. Nelly told me, you know, you got to learn how to do this thing called an audit. And I was like, what is that? And then he was like, man, you got to get a lawyer. And so I searched, I found Jay-Z's auditor, right? And then this guy went and said, I'll do it for, you know, I'm not going to charge you up front. I'm going to take a piece. And I was like, okay. So he goes and he finds over $600,000 at the label hid for me. So I was like, wait a second. Is this the way it always is? He's like, yeah, you got to keep on doing this. So I realized all my peers didn't know this. That, you know, I got into the music industry and thought that when you have a song that's number one, that it just goes magically because your song's good. It's paid. Like, payola is not supposed to be like a thing, but it's real. Like, I had to pay a lot of money to get my record to number one. And I started looking at the music industry differently, and all of my peers, I started focusing more on equity, right? I wasn't the guy that was going out and trying to chase that someone's going to pay me $10,000 to do. I wanted to get a piece of the actual thing that was holding these buildings up.
Come on.
So I realized all these guys weren't thinking like that. And the way I got off of Universal when they didn't want to let me go is I told them, if you don't let me go, I'm going to go teach all these guys on the label how to do an audit. And they let me go because of that.
Wow.
They didn't want to pay all that money.
Oh my goodness, that was the mic drop moment right there.
Nuggets right there.
That's the mic drop moment. Wow.
And how many musical artists over the last few years have gone broke but not known that you can fight for your money?
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
You just got to hire the right representation.
I think that's the bossiest thing I've probably ever heard, because when you think that you are under the thumb of such a conglomerate like that, you think that you are helpless. And for him to have such leverage as that big, huge piece of information and use that to his benefit is insane to me. And that part, that is the reason that they let you out of your contract. And
give me my 600.
Not only that, not only did you let me out, I'm still out here telling people about the audit. That's correct. That's such a, man, I respect him so much more for that.
I've been bagging on that cat for years, calling him a one-hit wonder and such. I'm going to switch that up.
You got to.
Because whenever you name one-hit wonders, his name always comes up, Chameleon.
Yeah.
But that song was huge. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was huge.
What was it? I forgot the name of the song.
I don't know the name of the song.
Is it You See Me Rollin'? Is that it?
Riding Dirty.
Riding Dirty.
Yeah.
All right, our second clip, check it out. Sent to me now 4 different times. A clip showing Minister Farrakhan, who apparently is going to have a nice sermon tomorrow, breaking down the advice he gave Michael Jackson regarding his relationship with the Jewish community, many are making the correlation with Kanye West's situation, and he actually references the song from Michael Jackson that I said that I don't even like. And I want y'all to hear what Minister Farrakhan.
Getting back to Michael, I said, Mike, take your pain and use it to create, and you'll come up with something great. After that, he came up with history. They don't really care about us. See, you can Jew me, do me, like me, kite me. Stop right there. Now, you can call a black woman a you can call her a whore, but I'll be doggone if you can get in there and talk about a kike, which is a slang term for a Jew. They made him pull all of that off the shelf and take that out because the Jews are careful about how you talk about them. That's why I'm in trouble today, because I tell the truth on what they do and what they've done and how they make use of our ignorance. So now,
wow, it's true.
Tomorrow, Minister Farrakhan is giving a sermon on this entire situation with Kyrie and Kanye, and I'm wondering how inflammatory it's going to be. I'm hoping he stays above board with the entire thing. I doubt it. A lot of people that are going to be interested in what he's got to say.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure we'll see all about it on social media.
Oh, it's going to dominate Black Twitter. Oh, my God. Please don't tell me that's who's on the phone right now. Clipper Darrell is on the phone right now. I hate him so much. Okay, well, go ahead, man. You know, Darrell, you know what's bothering me? I was watching a press conference just now with AD. He's blaming Rob Pelinka, saying that he's in the wrong position, and that's the reason that they're sucking so bad this year. I said, wow, we have really hit the bottom.
Wow, he said that?
He just did that an hour ago. He said he's in the wrong position. He feels more comfortable at the 4, and they've been trying to play him at the 5, and that's why they're playing so badly.
Wow.
Crazy, right? He said it on the microphone.
Hey, but did you know the Clippers was giving away Charmin tissue paper tonight in honor of Anthony Davis, man, because he's so soft.
He is showing it. So let me ask you. I asked Andy earlier tonight. Okay, so you're Rob Pelinka. You trade Bron or you trade AD right now?
Rob Pelinka should be fired.
There's no doubt about that.
But honestly, you got to keep LeBron, man, because he's your ticket seller. But I would trade AD. He gets hurt too much.
You know, it's funny, when I think they had the top 75 players of all time a couple years ago, and he was in that freaking list. You can't
I couldn't believe that.
You can't have AD in that list now.
No, I couldn't believe that one. I couldn't believe that one, man.
That's crazy. They didn't have Klay Thompson in that list, and they had AD in that list.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
I'm afraid, but go ahead, yeah.
Drive and get me.
Okay, right now. Right now, I got to do my push-ups.
It's going down. It's going down. Clipper Daryl has so much fun making Danny do push-ups. How many? Wait, count them out. What you doing?
He said 10.
Did he say 10? I don't know if he said 10.
I said 10.
Okay.
I said 10.
All right. He did his 10. He did his 10.
All I'm doing is 10. I ain't doing no more than 10. That's it.
Okay, you got 30 more.
Okay, I got 30 more.
That's funny. That is so funny.
Were you in the game?
I have a quick question. Do you know in 30 seconds, do you know which song do you know most? Which theme song? Do you know A Different World or do you know Golden Girls?
Oh, I know both of them, but the Golden Girls is OG though.
Oh my gosh!
I love you. I love you.
He said OG. Which one is the best?
Golden Girls. If I'm a singer, I'm going with Golden Girls.
Daryl, I love you, man. I knew
Get off the phone, Clipper Daryl. Get off the phone.
We come forward. No.
Love you though. Get off the phone.
Daryl, I appreciate you, man. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Okay?
Appreciate you calling in.
All right, y'all take care.
All right.
That's what you got. Bye-bye.
I don't. What y'all got to say?
Well, what we have to say is Andy also heard from 3 other people who agree with me.
Drunk people. Good luck. God bless. Gone. Keep it on KBLA. Talk to you tonight. We got a lot to talk about. Be good.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.